and welcome back to my channel. It's time to get comfy because this is another real talk video and we'll be talking about something very, very important. We'll be talking about bullying. What is bullying? Bullying is an aggressive behavior that can be physical, verbal, relational, or online or in person. Bullying can be at times hidden when we don't know that the person is actually going through bullying, and it can be quite open when the bullying is actually really aggressive and it shows that someone is being bullied. There are four types of bullying. There is physical bullying, verbal, social, and cyberbullying. Today I'll be having Aiyana in my channel, so she will help us understand a bit more on she'll help us understand a bit more on bullying. And she'll be telling us her experience as well. So Aiyana, are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Wonderful. So Aiyana, what was bullying for you?
Bullying was a traumatic, violent experience for me. It was very hard to go through. I had my downs. I had a lot of downs. I felt like I wanted to give up with life. I had depression. I had anxiety. I just felt alone.
Alone. And what, like, I've heard all these like bullying experience, and I also, when I was in high school, I saw a lot of people being bullied, and I think it's more of a teen thing. I think it's when you're a teenager, it's more likely for you to be bullied. So what age were you bullied?
So if I were to talk about high school, I think most of my high school life, so from year 7 to year 11.
Yeah, so you were a teen. You were a teen as
Yeah.
well. And I know a lot of people going through this, they often blame themselves for what they're going through. Was that the same for you as well?
Yeah. I blamed myself a lot. I also blamed my mum a lot, but I
Mm.
didn't tell my mum. It was more or less kept within me. For example, as mentioned in my uh, recent video about bullying, I used to get bullied about my weight because I was very slim, and I felt like the reason why I was getting bullied is because I was either eating enough or there was just something wrong with me. And
Mm.
there's that I felt because my mum would always say to me, "Oh, like I was slim when I was your age," and then I would be like, "Well, it's your fault," but I wouldn't say it directly to her, but I'd keep it within myself, and I'd just be very disappointed with how I looked.
Mm. And the good thing is that what I got is that you actually told your mom about it. Like there are so many things that don't even have the courage to tell their parents or tell anyone. They just go through it alone. When it shouldn't be so. Like, why shouldn't you tell your parents about it? They could help you. And yeah. So what effect did bullying have to you? How did it make you feel? What did it do to you?
Well, as mentioned, like I said, depression played a big part. Having anxiety, being fearful of going to school every day because the fact that I knew what was going to happen to me happened yesterday, where people picking on me about my size and etc. I just felt, I think a lot of it was fear, more or less. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like there are so many feelings. Like people feel fear, they feel angry about it, they feel helpless, isolated. Some even go the extra mile and they're actually suicidal and they're thinking to end their life because they can keep going through this constant fear. And it also affects your mental health. As Aiyana said, depression can be low self-esteem or PTSD. All of that are caused because of bullying. Like they're one of the reasons. Like when you go through bullying, you could actually end up having one of those. And here comes the lockdown. some people may actually be happy because, oh, everywhere is closed. They're not going to school. They don't get to see their bullies. So they're actually free from their bullying. But then we have cyberbullying, where cyberbullying is online, which means it doesn't matter that it's a lockdown, they still continue being bullies online. And no place is safe for you because they're with you all the time because they're in the devices and they could follow you anywhere.
Yeah.
And I mean, social media is a place that people get bullied a lot these days.
Social media is frightening. It is a very scary place because just like the big wide world, social media is that, but within a small little device which people call them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think young people need to be mindful of social media because it can be a very dangerous place if not used correctly.
Mm. I agree with you on that. Like, people have to be careful because also you don't know who's behind the screen you're talking to. And with cyberbullying, everyone could be a cyberbully through social media. And they can be your bully 24/7. Like, there is no break, it's in your phone. And like, even before, strongly believe that cyberbullying will increase in this lockdown, in this quarantine, because everyone's at home. Everyone is in social media, Instagram, Snapchat, name it. And they're just there, they don't have what to do. And everyone is in the social media. Even the bullies that were out there before can think of, oh, let me go and be a bully in social media or something. Like, I strongly believe that.
I mean, this is on the same topic that we're talking on, but it is true. I mean, quarantine has made people go crazy and mad because there was a situation where this girl randomly goes and lies in relationship. Like, so for example, she'll go to this person that's in a relationship with someone and she'll say, oh, your girl's been doing this, your girl's been doing that. And it's crazy because it's like this person's really going out to ruin relationships. And it's just, this is what lockdown has got people doing. And people need to understand that it's just, this world is just dangerous, really.
Exactly. This world is dangerous. And the internet world, because it's a world on its own as well, it is dangerous as well.
Yep.
And like, even before this lockdown, like, the statistics, like UNICEF did a poll last year, 2019, and the result came out that 1 out of 3 teens, it has been a victim of cyberbullying. And that research was in 30 countries. So you can imagine, like, in 30 countries, the same result, like 1 out of 3 teens. And imagine now in lockdown, that number definitely has increased. Like, I'm sure it's more than that. And everyone needs to be careful these days, and especially now in lockdown. But yeah, so how to overcome bullying, like how to get this if you're in like this situation, what to do. So Aiyana, what did you do in your case?
So I wouldn't say overcome it, but I would handled it and I can now grow from it and be better from it. I would say bullying doesn't last forever. That's one thing I can say. And for me, what I've done was I literally just coped with it and it. You know what? I don't want to put this in a because some people react to situations differently. But for me, bullying was a terrible time for me. But as I got older, it motivated me to do better and to grow from it because it made me a person who I am today. I think if I didn't experience bullying, I wouldn't be who I am as confident person as I am today because I went through that. And I think you need to take bullying into a thing where it's a instead of a negative because it builds you up. Some can break people down, but if you look at it in a bigger perspective, it makes you stronger as a person.
Yeah, I like that. Like, it's an experience. Like, yeah, we need to see the positive side in everything. Like, it was there, it was meant for a reason, but it doesn't last forever. She said that's actually a statement that I like. It doesn't last forever. And in cyberbullying is way easier than in-person bullying. Like, it's way easier to cut off from it than experiencing the bullying live. So the first thing, like, don't respond to those messages. It's simple as that. Like, the number one step, don't respond to those messages. You see the message, ignore it. Like, why should you give in to that? Like, sometimes that's what, like, you react to it and you just feed the bully. You just give them what they're looking for.
And you know what? For me, I just want to comment on that. If you're getting bullied and you're in high school, okay, not now at this moment of time, but when you do go back to high school or wherever it is, college, if you're getting bullied and the person constantly comes and approaches you, I know there's a saying, don't react, but honestly, just don't, because at the end of the day, like Steph said, you're giving them the reaction that they want. Honestly, just be the bigger person and walk away, because sooner or later they're going to get tired of it, or they can just see that, you know what, this person doesn't care, so I'm doing it, just not affecting them. But if it still does keep happening, just honestly building yourself up as a person, just like what I've done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And the number two is, don't seek revenge. Some people actually react to the way that they've been treated, they've been bullied, and then they're like, oh, and they end up being the bullies to someone else. They end up doing the same things that they did to them to someone else. Why should you do the same thing that you didn't like them doing to you to others? Why should you end up being someone else bully? Like, yeah, there's no point at all. So don't go to that as well. And number three is save the evidence of the cyberbully. Like, if you actually go legally and if you report this, like, you could show them the messages. No need for you to reply them. Just have the screenshot. You can show them and say, and you could ask for justice. You never know who might that person be and how many people he has cyberbullied. You could actually report that as well, which comes to the other point, which is report threats of harm. Like, if it's an inappropriate message, just report it. Report it to someone, because you never know, like, when will help you with that. And the last point, well, the other point is prevent communication from the cyberbully. Like, it's easy. Don't get to that. Like, block the email address, block the numbers, block them from social media, block them from everywhere, because you don't want any contact with them. It's not necessary to have to get into that.
And as well as that, some cyberbullies, they have connects, so they will have their friends that are doing the same thing. Block all of them. Don't block the main ringleader. Block all of them, because at the end of the day, they're just as bad as that person.
Exactly. Like, you need to call yourself from every negativity. Like, you don't need any of that in your life. And the last point is spend more time with your family this time. Like, you're alone. Get to spend the time with your family instead of being on your phone all the time and getting into this situation. Like, try to get your mind out of the whole social media thing. If you're experiencing this, give yourself a break from the internet world.
Yeah.
So I'll put in the screen, you will see all the helplines you could call or you could email to get help and to talk to someone if you're going through cyberbullying, or if you were going through bullying before and you want to talk about it. I'll put all the helplines in the screen for you to contact them and get help.
And I'll put all the helplines in the description box below.
So, do you have any last tips for our viewers, Aiyana?
Yes, I do. Stay strong if you're going through this. keep strong, keep your head up. Like I said, it will not last forever. These bullies will eventually grow up and, I don't know, just vanish with the world. But just keep your head up, and if you're going through this, tell someone that you trust, whether it be your mom, your dad, your cousin, family member, close friend. Tell someone. And if you don't trust anyone that you know, tell at least the school. I mean, normally in most schools or colleges they have like student help?
Yeah.
So at least speak to someone, because keeping it to yourself is only just going to destroy you. So yeah, that's what I have to say.
You're wonderful. So, I mean, I hope these really help every one of you. Like, even if you're not being bullied, like, I'm sure it will help you to help others as well who are going through this. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Aiyana, for joining me to this video. Leave your comment down below on what you have to say about this topic and what else you would like me to talk about. And go support Aiyana. She's a YouTuber as well, and she has wonderful videos on her channel explaining everything about her experience with bullying and other videos as well. So go subscribe to her channel and watch her videos as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe my channel as well. And that's it. Thank you guys. Bye.